So in a recent report, it's been reported that Tyler Breeze's big push that he was getting is no longer happening. Once again, this is a Vince McMahon decision and kind of shows the further discrimination going on with NXT guys. Like, let's see how long Tyler Breeze has worked for in the NXT division. He's worked for 5 years. Tyler Breeze goes to the main roster, and after 1 month, he's already been given up on. Like, when I heard he was considered just an upper mid-card guy to win the Intercontinental belt, I was kind of disappointed that they don't see him as a main event guy, that he doesn't get the chance to contend for the world title. Like, I don't see him winning the world title with his current gimmick, but I saw him contending for it, and I thought that would have been interesting. But no, instead, Vince McMahon believes we don't know any better than he does. So, and I bet Kevin Dunn is happy about this, and said, "Yeah, another NXT guy is once again thrown into the fire." And right now, he's still trying to get rid of Kevin Owens. But yeah, the only guy that supported him during his time on the main roster so far has been, unsurprisingly, Triple H. He sees him as the heel level of Dolph Ziggler, and that's a big compliment. Like, Dolph Ziggler hasn't been a heel in years, and for like 3 years now, since he's too popular. But like, to say you could be just as big as a heel than Dolph Ziggler ever was, is something that shows his potential and really shows that Triple H is more in tune with the business. But Vince McMahon thinks otherwise, and Kevin Dunn is most likely happy about this. It's sort of sad that most NXT guys tend to be very discriminated on the main roster. Like, Vince McMahon believes that the NXT guys are overrated, that he doesn't like the fact that NXT is doing better than the main roster, and there's supposedly a discrimination going on. And then Tyler Breeze recently got heat backstage from what I gathered, he requested to leave TV tapings early, and apparently that got management mad at him. And I'm like, wait, but he requested it. You could have denied it. And also, what was he really going to do? Like, you don't push him anymore. You're no longer pushing him. You're no longer doing anything. So is this like a making an example out of him? Like you never punished Brock Lesnar for what he did. You instead made him bigger than ever after he walked out without any formal announcement, early reporting and whatnot. Instead, you just told him. Instead, you got into an argument and came close to fisticuffs, and he walked out on you. But you didn't punish him, despite him going to UFC and attending to the show, even though Vince McMahon said no. And yet, no, there's no punishment. I'm like, that's like, someone can also make the argument, oh, well, he's part-time. That means he's not going to get subjected to punishment, even though, quite honestly, I kind of believe that there should be some form of punishment that should have been delivered. But yeah, if he's not getting punished, then why is Tyler Breeze getting punished for requesting a TV tapings leave? Like, what was he going to do? Do something epic? Was he going to do a big push? I'm like, you're no longer pushing him, so what's the point in caring? So, yeah, and he wasn't even advertised for the show, so really, what was the point? And, yeah, I'm pretty disappointed how Tyler Breeze's push has been destroyed after 1 month after he worked 5 years on NXT. Kind of hints that maybe Finn Balor doesn't want to leave NXT, neither does Sami Zayn, because they know what it will be like on the main roster. Like, the main roster should be an epic moment, like filled with new opportunities, filled with a higher pay, higher exposure. But no, it's a nightmare fans dread to see, because every time an NXT guys go to the main roster, they get something discriminated towards them. Kevin Owens, he gets fat jokes because of his weight. They won't push him to the main event showcase because of his weight. Really, that's pathetic. Roman Reigns, he gets pushed as Superman, even though everyone wants to see him as a realistic badass. And Seth Rollins, don't get me started on Seth Rollins. Dean Ambrose, even though he's clearly main event level, they just stuck him in upper mid card. And while he is the Intercontinental Champion, I'm sure they'll find a way to screw him up eventually. Even Finn Balor has said, if I go to the main roster, that sends NXT back a bit. So, yeah, even he knows that there's a problem going on. Even Nikki Bella, who I'm not a big fan of, has publicly admitted that she would rather be in NXT than on the main roster because she gets more exposure. Please tell me that is a joke, right? Oh, no way, she was being serious, and yet she didn't get heat for her comments. Most likely because she's John Cena's girlfriend. So, with all these heat and punishments going on, or lack thereof, and misguided ones, and with the discrimination of NXT guys, I really don't know what's going to be in store for Tyler Breeze, and I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm more concerned for Bayley than most, because Bayley has been portrayed as the next big diva in WWE, female wrestler. And in fact, people even say, oh, she's going to be just as big as John Cena, like with the Make-A-Wish Foundations, because of her upbeat personality. And I bet, oh boy, Vince McMahon's not going to like that comment. Like, anyone bigger than John Cena, then you know there's a problem here, for at least in Vince's world. So, yeah, I'm not happy about Tyler Breeze's push, and I'm worried about future NXT guys, this big call-up or demotion gonna happen on the main roster. This was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate, and stay tuned for more.